The Earth held its breath for 25 years, a quarter of a century where time seemed to stand still. The Silver Creek mine, once a hubbub of sweat and ambition, lay silent, a gaping maw swallowed by weeds and time. It was a place where dreams were forged and broken, where the echoes of pickaxes and the murmur of miners' voices once filled the air. Dust settled on rusted machinery, and the wind whistled through the timber supports, a mournful symphony for a bygone era. The once bustling site now stood as a ghostly reminder of human endeavor and nature's reclaiming force. Locals whispered tales of the mine, each story embellished with time. In the cozy corners of the town's cafe, old-timers would recount their memories, their voices tinged with nostalgia and a hint of fear. Some spoke of a curse, others of a tragedy that silenced the mountain. The forest around the mine grew thick and eerie, as if nature itself was trying to hide the scars of the past. Few dared to venture near the sealed entrance, the darkness a shroud hiding secrets better left undisturbed. The warning signs, faded and weathered, stood as silent sentinels, deterring the curious and the brave alike. Then came the excavation team, their arrival shattering the silence that had become the mine's only companion. With their machinery and determination, they brought a new energy to the forgotten site. Armed with modern technology and a thirst for knowledge, they came to unearth the past, unaware of the shocking truth buried within. Ground-penetrating radar and old maps became their guides as they delved deeper into the mine's history. The team, a mix of seasoned archaeologists and eager students, approached the task with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Each discovery, no matter how small, was a piece of a larger puzzle they were determined to solve. The mine, after all, was more than just a hole in the ground. It was a time capsule, a portal to a forgotten chapter in the region's history. Every artifact uncovered, every piece of evidence found, brought them closer to understanding the lives and stories of those who once toiled in the depths of Silver Creek Mine. The Silver Creek Mine began with a promise, a glint of fortune in the eyes of men seeking their destiny. They came from far and wide, drawn by the allure of untapped wealth hidden beneath the Earth's surface. It was the 1880s, and the whispers of coal echoed through the valleys. The promise of prosperity was on everyone's lips, and the air was thick with anticipation. This black gold, they said, was the key to prosperity, the very lifeblood of the industrial age. It was more than just a resource, it was a symbol of progress and hope. And soon the mountainside was teeming with activity. The once quiet hills were now alive with the sounds of industry, as miners worked tirelessly to extract the precious coal. Miners, their faces etched with grit and determination, burrowed deep into the earth, driven by the promise of a better life. Each day was a battle against the unforgiving rock, but their resolve never wavered. Extracting the coal that fueled a nation's growth. The coal was loaded onto carts and transported to fuel the engines of progress, powering homes, factories, and railways. The clang of pickaxes against rock was a rhythm of progress, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Each swing brought forth the fuel that powered homes and industries, lighting up the night and driving the wheels of commerce, each swing bringing forth the fuel that powered homes and industries. The coal was more than just a mineral, it was the foundation upon which modern society was built. But the boom was short-lived. The initial excitement gave way to a harsh reality as the coal seams began to thin. The once abundant resource was not as endless as it had seemed. The coal seam, once thought to be endless, began to dwindle. The miners' hopes were dashed as they realized that the black gold they had staked their futures on was running out. The once bustling town that had sprung up around the mine began to empty, its streets growing silent as families packed up and left in search of new opportunities, its inhabitants forced to seek their fortunes elsewhere. The dreams that had built the town were now the very force driving its people away, leaving behind a ghost town. By the turn of the century, the mine was all but forgotten, a relic of a bygone era. The equipment lay abandoned, rusting away as nature began to reclaim the land. A casualty of the fickle nature of resource extraction. The once mighty mine was now a decaying monument to the fleeting nature of human endeavor. The once proud timber supports began to rot, their strength sapped by time and neglect. The mine shafts, once bustling with activity, were now dangerous and unstable. And the tunnels, once bustling with activity, fell into a silence broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water seeping through the earth. The echoes of the past lingered in the darkness, a haunting reminder of what once was. The excavation team worked methodically, their headlamps cutting through the oppressive darkness that had reigned for decades. Each movement was deliberate, every action calculated to ensure safety and precision. The mine, long abandoned and forgotten, now echoed with the sounds of human activity once more. The air, thick with the smell of damp earth and decay, hung heavy in their lungs. It was a reminder of the mine's long dormancy, a place where time seemed to stand still. The foggy air inside the cave added to the eerie atmosphere, making every breath feel like an effort. Each step was a journey into the unknown, each footfall echoing off the rough-hewn walls. The sound of their footsteps reverberated through the tunnels, creating a symphony of echoes that seemed to whisper secrets of the past. The narrow passages forced them to move in single file, heightening the sense of adventure and discovery. The initial findings were typical of an abandoned mine, rusted tools, discarded clothing, and the remnants of a time capsule frozen in time. These artifacts told stories of the miners who once toiled here, their lives and struggles etched into the very fabric of the mine. The team carefully documented each artifact, their excitement growing with every discovery. Every item they uncovered was a piece of a larger puzzle, a glimpse into a bygone era. The meticulous process of cataloging and examining these items was both thrilling and painstaking. Then, deep within the mine, they stumbled upon something unexpected, a network of tunnels untouched since the mine's closure. These hidden passageways hinted at secrets yet to be revealed, sparking a renewed sense of curiosity and wonder among the team. The air in these tunnels was different, strangely still, and devoid of the musty odor that permeated the rest of the mine. It was as if these tunnels had been sealed off from the world, preserving them in a state of eerie tranquility. The silence was almost palpable, adding to the sense of mystery. The team exchanged excited glances. They knew they were on the brink of a significant discovery, something that could change their understanding of the mine's history. The anticipation was electric, fueling their determination to explore further. This was no ordinary discovery. The significance of what they had found began to dawn on them, and the weight of their realization was almost overwhelming. They were uncovering a chapter of history that had been hidden away, waiting to be brought to light. These tunnels held the promise of something more, something extraordinary. They were not just pathways through the earth, but corridors through time, leading to secrets that had been buried for generations. The potential for new discoveries was limitless. They were about to step into a time capsule sealed for over a century. This was a rare opportunity to connect with the past in a tangible way, to walk in the footsteps of those who had come before them. The journey ahead promised to be as enlightening as it was thrilling. As the team cautiously ventured deeper into the untouched tunnels, a chill ran down their spines. The air grew noticeably colder, and a strange silence descended, broken only by the sound of their own breathing. It was as if they had entered a tomb, sealed away from the passage of time. Then, in the beam of their lanterns, a sight emerged that sent a collective gasp through the group. There, in the middle of the tunnel, stood a group of miners, frozen in time. Their faces were etched with a mixture of shock and fear, their bodies contorted in the middle of their tasks. It was a scene straight out of a nightmare, a gruesome tableau vivant. It was as if the miners had been instantly petrified, their last moments of life preserved in horrifying detail. The tools of their trade lay scattered around them, pickaxes embedded in the coal-faced shovels resting against the wall, and carts filled with the black gold they had died extracting. It was a poignant reminder of the dangerous nature of their work, a stark contrast to the sterile safety of modern mining operations. The team, though shaken, quickly regained their composure, and began to document the scene. They moved with a reverence reserved for sacred ground, their voices hushed, as they whispered observations to one another. This was no ordinary archaeological find. This was a snapshot of life and death from a bygone era. Section 6. A Miner's Lunch. One of the team members, a young archaeologist named Sarah, was drawn to a small leather pouch lying near the feet of one of the petrified miners. She carefully picked it up, her fingers tracing the worn leather, and gently opened it. Inside, she found the remnants of a simple meal, a hunk of bread, now hard as a rock, a few pieces of dried meat, and a small dented metal flask. It was a poignant reminder that these were not just nameless figures from the past but real people with lives, families, and hopes and dreams. Section 7. Perfectly preserved. The discovery of the petrified miners sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It was a phenomenon never before witnessed, a mystery that defied explanation. How could a group of people be so perfectly preserved, their bodies locked in time for over a century? Theories abounded, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Some speculated that a sudden release of methane gas had suffocated the miners, while others whispered of curses and supernatural phenomena. Section 8. A glimpse into the past. Despite the lack of a definitive explanation, one thing was clear. The discovery of the petrified miners was a scientific goldmine. It provided an unprecedented glimpse into the past, offering invaluable insights into the lives of 19th-century miners. The clothes they wore, the tools they used, even the food they ate, provided a tangible link to a bygone era. It was as if a window had been opened into the past, allowing us to witness firsthand the hardships and triumphs of those who came before us. Section 9. A time capsule of labor. The Silver Creek mine, once a symbol of both promise and peril, had yielded a treasure more valuable than any amount of coal, a poignant reminder of the human cost of progress. The petrified miners, frozen in time, served as silent sentinels, their presence a testament to the sacrifices made by generations past. Their story, once lost to the passage of time, was now etched in stone, a sobering reminder of the importance of remembering our past, even as we strive towards the future. The mine, once a place of darkness and silence, was now a beacon, illuminating the lives and struggles of those who toiled in the earth's embrace.